Hey there, guys. We actually got cut off, but this will be part two for my interview with Ray, with Learning with Ray. So I'll wait until he comes back into the room and we'll finish. We'll finish the interview. Hello to everyone that came in. I'm not always able to say hello every time I come in. Every time people come in. But I'm happy that I will be able to. So I'll be waiting for him to come in. And let's see. Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Hey, we got cut off for a minute there.
It's okay.
Sure. So we were leaving off. We left off on the question of asking you who would you want to work with, and you said you would want to work with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. So I have had a chance to be in the same air that she was breathing in, but as like a formal handshake, it hasn't happened. But I'm looking
Oh,
forward to it.
it definitely will happen. It will.
Yeah.
What was like your first? How did you like break into like acting? Was that like through like when you went to high school and doing theater, or like what was your first big like your let's say your first big like acting or singing? You do both, right?
Yeah, I dabble in anything that is anything creative, honestly. Um, if it has anything to do with being creative, I want to be a part of it, type of thing. So when I went to college, so I went to art school,
Mm,
and from there, I was looking for ways to be on TV and do, whatever, movies, commercials, whatever. So people were like, "Oh, you have to get an agent," and I did.
mm,
I got two agents, and I started just getting like little work, little jobs here, like being an extra, and then having
mm.
like some speaking roles, and then moving on to then working in production, and just going from there. I did Broadway. It was just me looking for this stuff. Like I really wanted to do it, so I would just jump on the computer, Google, hey, where can I act? Where can I do this? How can I do that? And it went from there. Me fishing for it.
I would I would definitely say um with entertainment whether you're because I went to school for I graduated from Community College of Philadelphia with the associates in performing arts vocals.
Right.
And what where did you go to?
I went to the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
so wow.
Yeah.
And you do have to be proactive when it comes to like entertainment. You literally have to go and yeah, like you said, like find stuff. What is like so as being an entertainer, being an actor, and being a vocalist, or you're a vocalist, right? Singer.
Sure.
Okay. Um, what is some of the best advice you could tell someone who's starting or trying to do this as a living
Oh yeah. It just to start.
to start?
Start. Yeah,
To
you have
start.
to. I mean, honestly, no one's gonna open the door for you. You have to open the door for yourself. You have to just get up one day and say, "I'm taking this," and that's that. That's my word of encouragement. And you're doing great too, by the way. I saw some of your interviews. You're doing fantastic. I see you grinding.
Thank you.
I see you
Thank you.
grinding.
Thank you.
That's what honestly what it's all about. Just putting yourself out there, being vulnerable and
Mhm.
saying, I see myself as something and I want to try it and I want to do it. And if I fail, no one could say I didn't try.
Right? Okay. I love that. I love that way of
Yeah.
thinking. I love it because like oftentimes like doing this, it's so many roadblocks and it can be sometimes it could be a bit much and be a little discouraging. But like I was like, I like this. I like what he's doing right here. No, I don't see many people doing that. And I like that you have two pages. Like you do this, but you also have your thing and stuff that that you do.
Yeah, yeah.
That you
I mean, essentially all of it is me.
hmm
I have, we all have several parts to ourselves that, we can be in
Yeah.
one room and be one person and then be in another room and be another person. We are human and we are adaptable. We can do that.
Yeah.
And I just love to create, to be honest with you. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a kid's show or a horror movie. Like, I'm very in there. Like, I just love being artistic. If I see something and I want to create it, I don't see the boundary. I don't see why I
Yeah.
can't or why I shouldn't. I just do it, and I ask questions later, basically, you know? And then sometimes, like, um you don't want to put down your inspirations as either, because you never know what's going to be your best work,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
yeah, so
Hmm.
if you
Yeah, your
feel like
ideas.
today you need to join a circus because you want to be the ringleader, do it.
Yeah, right? You might be the best ringleader.
Yeah.
Exactly, or the best ringmaster. What tips would you give? So when creating, I notice when I like start creating and stuff like that, as you create, you become a perfectionist and then you start finding you start building upon what you created and making it better and stuff. When you make your YouTube videos, is there any advice that you could give someone that wants to start making YouTube videos or that they some good things that they could know about making them?
Yeah, I mean, once again, just start making them. Just start making
Just
them.
start okay.
You really have to
Okay.
just start. I mean, worry about being perfect and getting it right later. I mean, if
Mhm.
Tesla, if Tesla was still in their garage trying to perfect the car, they wouldn't be like the number one car in the world right now, Like,
Mhm.
just do it. You're gonna mess up, and mess ups are part of it. Like,
Yeah.
no one has it all together. Like, you can go to school to be an entrepreneur, but it's not gonna instill it in you. It has to be something that comes from you. You don't have a boss breathing down your neck and saying, "Oh, this is what's on the schedule,"
Yeah.
or "We need to reach these numbers." I am the boss. I have to make the schedule. I have to make the appointments and make the phone calls, and I have to search for the money, and I have to get the money, and I have to do it, and it's just about doing it. I can't sit back and ask for somebody to help me when it's my dream and it's my passion. It's not their dream and it's not their passion. So if you have something
Right.
inside of you that you want to do, you can't really start looking for someone else to help you do it. It's just not that. It's 100% on you, you know? And everything else will grow from there. But once you have that 100% pushing, everything else will come.
That's some really good advice. Really, really, really good. Have you ever worked with any other creators or any other artists besides your partner, your business partner, or your partner?
Yes, I have. I work with artists all the time. I work with artists all the time. That's the field that I'm in. I work on a lot of movies and music videos, um, celebrities, and I'm in the industry, so I work with a lot of very talented people, and that's the environment. I mean, I couldn't pick any other environment to be in. That's the one I want to be in. I want to be around creators and people that are always, you know, making content and being creative. So it just depends on the day for me and the schedule that I set up for myself. Today I could be filming a music video with, I don't know, Daddy Yankee, and then tomorrow I could be in my room, in my studio, with my business partner. We're just at it, and we make it happen, you know.
I I did look on your profile, your other profile, not the Learning with Ray one, but your
Right.
other one, and I seen you talking to Angela Yee. So how did
Yeah.
that how did that how did you guys get together and start talking?
You know what? So, all right. So I work in the industry.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
like I'm constantly on music video sets and movie sets, and
Wow.
yeah, I'm always doing productions that world and that environment that you're in, everybody has to be like always 100% super professional. And throughout the years, like, you kind of lose that, like, that's like, you see a celebrity, you're just like, oh my God, after a
Yeah, yeah.
while, if you're working in that, you see that, they're just regular people, just
Yeah.
like us, and they just
Yeah.
they have a longer resume than us. That's all that it is.
Exactly.
And that's honestly what it comes down to. So one time I was working at a club Like I was doing photography for it was like Snoop Dogg and Mayweather, and they were like
Wow.
yeah, it was like I don't know, some type of party that they were throwing. And I was doing photography there, and then she was in the club. She was in the club and she said something to me, and I said something like ha ha ha, like something back, not knowing, not even like recognizing her at all. And when I walk away, like my one of the guys that was part of my team was like, "Oh, that was Angela Yee," and I'm just like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club," and I'm still like, "Okay." Like honestly, I was working. So many things were going on. There were so many people around me, excuse me, that I really didn't know who was who. I wasn't paying attention. And
Mm-hmm.
then he was like, "That's Angelique from the Breakfast Club." And I'm like, "Do you think she'll let us interview her?" Still not knowing who she was. I'm like, "Do you think she'll let us interview her?" And then he was like, "I mean, if you ask." I'm like, "Okay." So I went up to her and I was like, "Hey," I introduced myself. I told her what I was doing there. And I was like, "Can I do a quick interview with you?" And that's how that happened. And then like after she left, I immediately I Googled, I'm like, "Who's Angela Yee?" And then when I saw her pop up, in the breakfast hall, I'm like, "Oh my God, I just interviewed Angela Yee." So that's how that happened. That's how that happened.
Wow. What year was that?
That was 2020, in the beginning of 2020. That was January. That was
Wow.
before the pandemic. Yeah.
Wow. So how long have you been working like so you said you do a lot of behind the scenes things in the industry. What like do you do? Are you a producer? Are you a photographer? Or you just do a lot of different stuff?
You know what? I'm just me, and it just depends on the day and who's calling and who's paying. That's honestly depends on
Okay,
the
right.
person I'm playing that day. I mean, I've been doing this work for a long time, so a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people push my number through the industry, and I'll get random like business offers from certain
Job.
different people just because
Mm-hmm.
they see my work and they want to work with me. And
Wow.
yeah, that's basically my day to day. And um, I'm constantly meeting like new creators and new
Yeah.
just because people have recommended my name or something
Yeah.
or spread my name around. So that's how that works. That's how that works.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm basically just me. It depends on the day, and if they say, "Ray, can you do, I don't know, a car for Jennifer Lopez out of cardboard?" I'd be like, "Sure." And I just go and I go
You're just a
and I make
creator. I
it
love I
happen.
love
Yeah, and I
it.
just make it happen. So throughout the years, like people are always like, "What is it that you do? What do you?" I just, it's easier to say that I'm just me.
So you
Or
you
just
you kind
put
of
a
like you do
title on
like you're
something.
like a jack of like you do like you're a jack of all trades. You have a lot of different trades, and that's a
Exactly.
great thing.
Yeah, like
That's a great way to be.
yeah, like I don't feel like it's necessary to be like, "Oh, I'm just a painter," or, "Oh, I'm just
Mhm.
film," or, "I'm just a cinematographer." Like I feel like I do
Mhm.
all of that stuff, and I like all of that stuff. I love all of the
Yes.
parts that it takes to make something really nice and something that's impactful for people to watch. So I love being a part of all of it. There's times you can't do all of it because like when you're working on productions and there's like, for example, like grip people that are the ones that are working the lighting with the cinematographer, and I mean, and that's a whole science
Yeah.
on its own. I'm not gonna start hanging upside down. I mean, these guys work really hard. So I'm not
Mhm.
gonna do all the jobs, but when it comes
Mhm.
to the creating part, I love being part of all of it. When it comes to like the stage designing, the filming, the directing, the writing, the producing, all of that. I love doing all of it. So, and I have done all of it. That's why it's easy for me to pick up wherever people want me to. Makeup, um, hair, all that fun stuff.
You said you did makeup and hair too?
Yeah, and I like fashion too. I
Oh,
do clothing too. I've done a couple
wow.
designs. I've done a couple designs. Yeah.
Man, then you're really talented.
Thank you, thank you. I just like having fun. I honestly just like having fun.
Yeah.
I was one of those
Yeah.
kids that never stopped, like, cutting and pasting with scissors and glue. Yeah,
You're an all-around creator. Wow.
yeah.
Was there any other public figure or star or person that you actually liked it working with or like another like story that you wanted to share?
That I liked working with, in particular.
Yeah.
Honestly, like when you're on these big productions, you don't really get like one-on-ones with the big celebrities. You know, they come with their own entourage, and it's kind of like, you know, you got to
Mm,
give them their space. I really enjoy
mm.
the crew members that I work with and the people that have been
Oh,
like on my sets a lot. You know, I mean, they're just great creators that, you know, are really pushing to shine. And I've worked with a lot of really talented people. Um, uh, so many. I mean, I number one, Dimitri James. I think he's super duper talented. He's a singer songwriter. You know, he also writes my music. I've worked with like Angelique, who does fabulous in art. She's very known down here in Miami. Her brother Omar. You know, I know a lot of fashion stylists, a lot of designers. Really, just really creative people, and I have fun with all of them. To be honest with you, I don't think that one measures up to another, celebrity or not. I have fun with whoever is in the room. Whoever's in the room, I'm
wow.
cool with. Yeah, so I know a
Wow.
lot of talented people and a lot of creators out there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome. So I normally ask people like around some part of my show if they want to ask me any questions. If
yeah,
they have any questions for me, they may not.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Where do you see yourself going? What do you, what's your goal? What are you doing?
My goal is to help up and coming artists and artists that are already existing creators, influencers, anybody that is creating
Yeah,
with how to market themselves on social media and to also give advice about a music business. So after I go to school, like it's for some reason like you have to be in it to actually know what happens and stuff like that. Because I feel like all of our experiences that we went through made us like what we're doing now. That's why we're so like, passionate and people see what we're doing and stuff and like what we're doing. So I see myself getting a bachelor's in some area of music, business, social media, um, advertisement or something like that. And hopefully I can go further with like interviewing and stuff like that. Because I
what's your
would like to
passion?
hopefully.
What's your
So I
passion?
myself, I'm a singer. Yeah, so I'm a singer. I'm a singer and a songwriter. I'm a singer and a songwriter. But I have a passion. Like I love singing. I love singing. I love writing. I love performing. But I also love the behind the scenes. I love like the business aspect of it and I love music history and also being able to like talk to other artists and getting to know them and seeing their perspective and also collaborations. So I hope to one day, some way, some shape, some form, work with you or collaborate with you either behind the scenes or like with your music or something like that. And hopefully I'll be able to like when the pandemic stops, like I'll actually be able to actually go out and talk to the people and see the people and meet the
Yeah.
people that I've been interviewing that I've been interviewing because I've never been to Florida.
Yeah,
What is
no,
it like living in
absolutely. I
Florida?
would love to. I would absolutely love to work with you. Absolutely. It would be my honor. You can absolutely do it all. You know, if you can honestly do it all, everything that you want to do, any step that you want to do it in, you know, if you want to focus on singing today, you will be a singer today. If you want to focus on dancing tomorrow, you'll be a dancer tomorrow, you know? So do it
Yeah.
all. Don't restrict yourself, you know? Have fun with it and really just enjoy the process. Just really enjoy the process um and create, you know, if you're a singer, if you love to sing, if you love to write songs, sing and write songs. You know, there could be a
Hmm.
million people doing it, but you're not doing it. So it doesn't count.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You really have to make yourself shine.
You do. It's a lot of it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of I noticed that a lot of people look at like a person's career and it's just like when you are the product, it's different when you're selling a product, but when you are the brand, you are the product, you definitely do have to put yourself out there and constantly put yourself out.
Yeah.
Constantly put yourself out
You
there.
have to. You really have to. You really have to. I mean, you know, everybody out here is out there for themselves looking for it. You know,
Mhm.
we're all on our own little paths trying to figure out what we want to be and what we're gonna be. And if you see somebody that's doing it before or what you want to do, hey, just say, God, thank you for showing me what's possible and go for it. There's nothing
Yes.
stopping
Yeah.
you. If you want to do your own show, learning with Shayrenee, do it. You can
Yes.
absolutely do it. You can do anything you want to do. And that's also what I try to encourage a lot in the show. I try to
Hmm.
push that onto the kids that you're absolutely so powerful and you're so strong and you can be anything that you want to be. That's my big basis on the show. Just really talking to the kids and letting them know that you can do anything you want to do. There's no limitations. Anything is possible. Have fun and be you. You're strong, you're intelligent. I try to help them, push affirmations on themselves, like, oh, I'm great, I'm smart, I love
Yeah.
myself, tell them that the world is beautiful because it is.
Yeah. And that's so encouraging, and never a time like now when kids need to hear that.
Yeah,
And when they're out of school,
absolutely.
they really need to hear that and need to see that and to see someone that is a reflection of them. And I mean, I love it. Like
Thank,
I even feel better after this. I feel so much better and feel so good after this.
thank you.
So before I wrap up,
I
before I
really
wrap up the
appreciate it.
interview, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I really appreciate it. I appreciate that you even consider me onto your show. It means the world. It really does.
Thank you.
It's nice. It's nice to be seen and know that I see you too. And I see you hustling. I see you grinding. Good for you.
Thank you. I wanted to also thank you for being able to being reachable, because I notice like when I do this and I try to book as many shows as I can with as many creators as I see that needs to share, like they need to be on a bigger platform and share everything like that they're doing. I want to thank
Yeah.
you for being reachable and me being able to talk to you.
Thank you.
And please tell everybody where to go and to find you before I wrap everything up and I forget.
Yes, please. So you can check out my Amazon, Learning with Ray. The book Learning with Ray is on Amazon now. More books are coming out this year, so look for that. Merchandise will be dropping very, very soon. A lot of fun things are coming. We're really gonna push this show to its maximum, and Instagram, Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, please. Learning with Ray. It's a great show and it means a lot and it's a lot of hard work and I really do believe that if more parents watch the show and share it with other parents, like we'll have a
Mhm.
bunch of Learning with Ray kids running around and then by the end of this year we can have kids having Learning with Ray birthday parties. So
Yes.
that'll be
Oh, I love it.
adorable.
I love it.
Yeah.
So definitely add Learning with Ray on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to Learning with Ray on the YouTube channel. And do you have anything else that you would like to add or talk about before, you know?
Yeah, I want to say thank you again to you, and also to the people that have been on this journey with me with Learning with Ray. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in, the likes, the comments, the hearts. It means so much. There's a lot of work that goes into putting the show together, and sometimes when you don't feel like it's working out, and then boom, it starts working out. It feels great to have
Mm-hmm.
an audience that watches because I know I see the people that are watching constantly and it means the world to me that you think that this is something, so I really appreciate it. Creators love to see people watching their stuff. I mean, that's why we create, so I really am grateful for 1, 2, 3 million people that come my way, so I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Yes, and that will happen. And you're right. So thanks to the supporters, thanks to the viewers, and also thank you to the guests for coming on and sharing everything that they have been up to, as well as your book is being sold on Amazon. So
Yes,
definitely guys check that out actually.
yes. Okay.
Okay. So I would like to tell you thank you for coming on. Thank everybody for watching.
Thank you
And I
for
want to
having
thank you,
me.
Ray,
Thank you
as
so
well.
much. God bless.
Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me. Bye.
Mhm. Good night. Bye.
Good night.